Before we go on to some examples of flux-type integrals, let me give you a glossary of the 4 different versions of ds that we've seen so far this semester. They break into 2 broad groups: integrals along curves and integrals along surfaces. Now remember, a parameterization of a curve is something that looks like sigma of t. And integrals along curves will have a single integral sign along that curve. The 2 types of integrals we've seen then are the integral of f dotted with vector ds and the integral of a function times scalar ds. Now these are little ds. Little vector ds is given by sigma prime of t dt. Notice that this is a vector quantity. And little scalar ds is the magnitude of sigma prime of t dt. So vector ds is a vector quantity, scalar ds is a scalar quantity. This first type of integral, the integral of f dot ds along the curve C, can be used to calculate work, for example. The scalar version, the integral of a function along a curve, can be used to find mass, for example. Now surfaces are different. For one, you'll recognize the integral on a surface because it'll be a double integral rather than a single integral. And remember, our parameterizations of surfaces look like phi of perhaps u and v. Our parameters aren't always u and v, but there are 2 parameters for surfaces. And we have seen a couple different types of these also. What I just introduced were the flux type integrals, which are the double integrals of the form f dotted with big vector ds. But we've also seen integrals of the form double integral of a function times big scalar ds. And let's look at the difference between those ds's. Big vector ds is given by plus or minus the cross product of d phi with du, d phi du with d phi dv, du dv. Notice that when you cross 2 vectors, you get another vector. So big ds, big vector ds, is a vector quantity, while big scalar ds is the magnitude of d phi du crossed with d phi dv times du dv. So notice that we have 4 ds's. For curves, we have little vector and little scalar ds. For surfaces, we have big vector ds and big scalar ds. And you will save yourself a ton of worry if you go ahead and memorize all 4 of these right now. So before watching any more videos, go ahead and memorize those 4 versions of ds.